What better way to ring in the new year than to play the big chunky man? First casual commentary of 2023. It might be a bit of a doozy. This is also the first time I'm playing anything that isn't battle boots in a whole month. So we'll see exactly how this goes. I have a feeling it's gonna be a bit of a mess. It is funny hopping from battle boots to 10 strength Zol because battle boots don't deal the most damage. And this is like they're in red after 2 hits and they're gonna die if I hit this air. Yep. Some may say it breaks the game. Not me. A guy like me, I would never say a sentence like that. Lance there is getting a bit tricky. I am running 4 speed. Whenever you run 10 strength, you also got to run the 4 speed. So that is a bit of a downside. But I guess that does not matter. I think my mic is a bit close to my keyboard today, so it might end up being a bit loud. Might end up SDing a lot today as well. Just having fun. You know, it's been a minute since I've played Brawlhalla. I've been away. I guess in a way it's a bit of a throwback to the olden times, the old days. I need another bomb kill. There we go. A few things I want to talk about before this video is over. By the time this comes out, it is a fun drop. The Valhalla video will probably already be out too, so at the very least you'll know I'm not dead. Out of game. Nor am I being held captive prisoner in a police state for my supposed war crimes in Yugoslavia. That never happened. A lot of you seem to think that I'm a tax fugitive. That, I don't know where that comes from, but the IRS is not, nor will ever be on my trail for anything that I have supposedly done. Either way, part of the reason why it's been so sparse here, that's not a word, I've just been a bit of a busy boy. There's not a great story there. I just got a lot of work and school and offshore bank account. And it's pretty time consuming. I can talk about some school stuff as tends to happen in this little mini series. There's a lot of drama there every time, apparently, but I don't know if I want to get into that. Maybe later. I got the perfect plan. They're at the right damage. It's gonna be the right angle. I just hit one sayer. Mine went away. I will say I did miss playing with gadgets a little bit. I haven't played since the last ranked run, speed run Valhalla. If you saw the last video, you know what I'm talking about. It was quite the session, but it's nice to be reunited with my friends. That sounds really sad. Anyway, I've been a bit distracted. Let me talk about some stuff. I had a pretty restful, pretty great winter holiday. I hope all of y'all that had time off, if you did. Sometimes being with family, I know it can be pretty stressful, but for me, I had a good time. I haven't been home in 3 years, and I was forced to go back because of the court or because of family. It's always cool because I'm a different person than when I was there last. 3 years is a lot of time, especially when you're a younger lad. I mean, it's straight up just the percentage point of your life, so it feels pretty dramatic, and you know, it was nice. It was a good time. It was a good time. I didn't get to make videos though. For those of you that saw anything that I made on New Year's or posted, I made that well in advance. Everything you know is a lie here, and we're here once again. Do I throw away a game for a spike ball? The answer is undoubtedly yes, but we keep going regardless. They're not even close to being dead and it's gone. Oh well. I hope 2023 ends up being a good year. Second half of 2022 for me, it was great. I mean, first half was pretty solid. It was okay, but second half, no, that was great. There was a lot of personal growth there. I went from like 4'2" to 5'6", and I feel like at least in these here video parts, even though I can't really commit to anything big or make like massive projects or anything because of school, I feel like with the context of knowing how much time I did have, I'm happy with how things turned out. Also, the second channel, the Risk of Rain 2 channel, if you don't know, I have a channel where I make Risk of Rain 2 stuff, all the Super Auto Pet stuff, although I haven't done that in a long time. I don't know what happened. There's like a couple of videos there that like people just really liked. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's nice. I threw away the spike ball again. It's a bad year. I deserve to die for this. I didn't even die. As tends to happen with the new year, people tend to get, you know, a little reflective. And trust me, it's strategic, okay? They're not gonna DC now. That almost reflected back and hit them. No, it's still alive. Thank you. I feel like they might have a bit of an understanding. This is just gonna kill. Regardless, I forgot what I was talking about. It's strategic, okay? Now they're not gonna DC, and I can continue my talking. The sad part is that whole line of thought about, oh, I can continue talking as long as the game continues. I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Okay, yeah, getting a bit reflective about how things are going and all that, and I tried my best. I'm sorry. I was just thinking, you know, I like to make videos. I don't think that's a surprise to hear, but one day I'll probably stop, and either Brawlhalla will die or my channel will die, and I will die. It's inevitable. All things must end. It's gonna happen. And when that happens, I hope it'll be a happy end. But I do hope that that doesn't happen this year, because I don't have any plans on stopping anytime soon. The game is still extremely fun to me, and then I like making videos, and I like goofing off and having a good time. And eventually, when I graduate and have time to fully dedicate, I'd love to turn this into something more like creative and artistic expression, because we all know when I go, it's very creative and worth listening to. Some may even say I'm like a Van Gogh, and the beauty of that will not be discovered until years after I'm deceased. They do say that. But regardless, I think I have a pretty good backup plan if this doesn't work out. I can be able to go, hey, look, I've made videos before. You guys need someone to edit your videos. And they're like, can you do it on time? I'm like, nope. And they're like, that's okay. Nobody does anyway. And then I'll get a real job. Again, not like I'm hoping for that. I don't want that to happen anytime soon. But if it does, I'm not going to be super upset about it, I don't think. That's just the way things go. You got to be adaptive. You know, real life is like brawlhalla. You got to adapt to the situations. You gotta remember what your initial plan is. You gotta be careful of mistakes, but also, you know, make some risks, and then pick a be a big chunky man, big chunker.
Can't hit me. You can't hit me.
Okay, my plan was a weapon toss, but I guess
that'll work too.
I really don't know what this is turning into. On any normal day, I just scrap this and I never upload it. But because it's the new year, it's the first video of the new year, oh man, I figure it's okay to be a bit of a mess. But you know, why not? I'm having fun, and that's the most important thing. So why not? Why not just upload something? I need to pay rent. I am not who you think I am. The veil comes off, all right? I don't as I was saying, all right, the mirage is lifting. I don't really know what I'm doing. I really thought they would jump, and I would have been really happy if that worked and hit, but it's okay. Again, some things times and it doesn't go your way, and that's always something to remember. That weapon toss though. There could have been greatness there, but what are we left with? We're left with I don't know anymore. I guess because of tradition, I should mention some of the school things that are going on. It's not as dramatic as the other sagas. This one is definitely way more lighthearted, although I'm still in a bit of a pickle. I'm gonna stand still.
I know you hit me, yes.
To set the background stage a little bit, I'm back in school now, which is very obvious by my early explanation. Why do I feel the need to clarify that? Why do I feel the need to go for that when they're gonna be above me? But basically, I'm signing up for classes like a couple months ago, and I cheesed the system a little bit. I got them to give me the student athlete priority enrollment. Am I a student athlete? You know, some may say the word sport is in esport. I missed the kill on the bot. And so I sign up for my classes. The priority is so broken. I just get everything I want. There's no complaints. I look at what people are thinking and like, how is this class? How is the content? Is it like memorable? Is it good to think about? And everyone's like, yeah, I just want to hit them into this. I don't need to. And so I do that a couple months ago, and I don't really have to think about it until I actually take the classes in a couple months. And now is the time. Now is a couple months, and I take one of the classes, which everyone is like, this is so great, and the teacher is so nice, and everything's going well, except for one thing. It is a very rainy day that day, and I do not have any umbrella. There's a chance. There's a chance they do it again, and I just have to take that chance. I promise this does not happen when I play offer. I have like 2 hours of brawlhalla in the past 2 weeks. I really don't play that much. This just happens. You can't, not again. I'll save you this time. Anyway, it's a rainy day, so I'm in a bit of a mood. I don't have an umbrella, so my glasses are all fogged up. I am completely drenched. I might have forgotten to wear any kind of water-resistant clothing, so I'm just dripping rainwater. Like, it's all over the seat. It's all over my notebook, my pencil, my pages are soaked. It's needless to say, it's not the best situation. And I said my glasses were fogged up, right? Yeah, I think it's like the humidity in the air. And then on top of that, they're completely soaked. Not only is it fogged and I can't see, just see water droplets, and everyone looks like they're in a fisheye lens. All that said, though, it's actually not too bad. The teacher seems great. Like I said, the content seems interesting. I'm actually having a pretty good time. I'm excited for the rest of the year and how that's gonna go. All that yada yada yada. They introduce the instructional team, and then they say it. They tell me the fateful words that changes the course of my school term forever. They tell me that in order to get participation credit for the course, which is it's a sizable percentage, all I gotta do is use their
program,
sign up with my email, and post once a week. That is unfortunately when the reality set in. The reality that my administrative email, the thing that I'd be using that would be visible to all 300 to 500 people every week, is something along the lines of, and I will not say it verbatim, big man, big boy, Alfredo 6969. And I just felt like I didn't want to get ostracized on day one, if you know if you know what I'm saying. Now, the quite astute among you might go, why not? Well, first you go, why would you ever do that for a school email? Which I don't have the answer to. Okay, look, I make good choices. But then you'll probably just say, well, why not just make a new email and then migrate everything over? And you would be correct. You would be correct. But you gotta remember, this was a no good, very bad, miserable day, and I was in a bit of a mood. You could say that my vision wasn't the clearest if you're picking up what I'm putting down here, and I, on the spot, immediately dropped the class. I unenrolled that moment, which when I mentioned that I had priority enrollment, it's very important because getting into this class is extremely hyper competitive. And I swear, the moment I left, someone signed in with a bot because it immediately closed. No, I'm just sitting there. I made a bit of a rash decision there. Was it a mistake? Maybe, but there's no going back now. I literally can't get back in even if I wanted to. So now, like a complete moron, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, well, I gotta find something else because everything is full. The whole sign up process was 2 months ago and now I'm doing it like on the first day of class. It's like I can't even say I procrastinated or forgot because it was an in the moment decision. Eventually, I find something that looks interesting and looks great. They did not have a dodge. It's the only thing that works in my schedule, so I sign up for it. Unfortunately, the class is full. I'm on the wait list, and per school policy, they cannot let me in unless 5 people do what I did and say, I'm out. Now, with the absence of additional context, that might not seem that bad. You know, you traded one class for another one that you might get into, you might not, whatever. You could probably find something else. Unfortunately, that's not quite the predicament I'm in. You see, not only is there a cutoff date where you can no longer enroll in any additional classes, but there's also something called good academic standing, where you need to take a certain number, otherwise you are not allowed to go anymore. And if you're seeing the through line here, if I don't get in, it's a little bad. So I traded an excellent instructor, a hyper-competitive class, a great situation, to be honest, it fit in my schedule perfectly, for an uncertain one that could potentially jeopardize my entire academic future. All because I didn't want to sign up with sign up with an email. Which is actually not even true. I lied to you.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's actually not even the case. I don't care if people see my email. The reality is I just didn't want to install the app. It's actually worse. I said that because I thought it was funnier, but it's actually not even realistic to like me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I said that. I should have just kept it as is. Now I just seem like a complete moron. Or more of one, I guess. Just, you know, I had a story that was like potentially relatable. I guess not on the first part, but on the idea that it's like, oh, you don't want to, you do something really strange because you don't want to be embarrassed. I'm sure we've all had situations like that. No, that's not even the case. I'm literally just, I didn't want to install the app. I don't even have anything against apps. I'm not like, oh, this app is gonna steal my life. I was just in a bad mood. What am I gonna do? I will know what's gonna happen in a couple days, and I will update you. Hello? Or not, actually. You know, the more I talk about this, the more I feel like it's probably a bad idea, and I should not be admitting any of this on a public record, so actually you are not getting updated at all. I'm not getting a combo at all. Have you noticed that things really stopped going my way after I started talking about this? Like, gadgets, no longer as friendly. Weapon tosses, I guess it's alright. I guess, in a way, the first casual commentary, the first video, really, I'm recording in the new year, did turn into a bit of a life update, which tends to be the trend with these kinds of things. I don't know if I can get the kill. It's okay, 10 strength, 10 strength. That was not necessarily the original plan. Anyway, I feel like I should probably close up shop here. Also, it's a fitting end. You know, we got the storybook of the highest strength against the highest defense. that worked. I don't know if you could tell. I mean, it's probably obvious, but I haven't been sleeping the greatest the past few days, and I learned that sleep is something that is implicated. If there's one thing in every single like mental health issue, sleep gets affected by all of them. It's like the one thing that's constant, so I should probably try to make it better this year. And this first video notwithstanding, I hope to make some fun stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm having a great time. Goodbye.